Today we're going to get into a topic that many men find challenging, starting a conversation with an attractive woman. Now, whether you're at a party, a coffee shop, or just out and about, striking up a convo with a good-looking woman can be intimidating. But don't worry, I've got you covered. On today's video, I'm going to share with you 9 easy ways you can initiate a conversation with an attractive woman. These tips will boost your confidence and help you connect effortlessly. Now, if you're new here, welcome, Jeff, your Style O.G. On this channel, we discuss various men's lifestyle topics such as style, grooming, and dating. If any or all those topics interest you, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell, and join us. And to my returning friends like E. Wayne 1918, salute. Now, hands down, one of the easiest ways to start a conversation with an attractive woman, talk about a common activity or event. When you're at the same activity or event, it's an easy way to establish a connection because you have common ground and context. It gives you a jumping off point to strike the conversation up. It allows you to get into topics that are natural and relevant to where you are at that moment. This will also demonstrate on your part attentiveness and might establish common ground and interest. And this will make the woman feel more comfortable and open to engaging with you. I mean, if you're at the same event or engaging in the same activity, you naturally should have something to talk about. And it allows both parties to contribute their thoughts and perspectives organically. Talking about a common activity or event allows you to have a jumping off point immediately. Next up on the list of some easy ways to start a conversation with an attractive woman, ask her opinion. This is a great way to let her know not only do you find her attractive, you also are interested in her thoughts and her perspectives. This lets her know that you're not just checking her out, you want to get to know her. And this allows you to make the conversation more inclusive and not one-sided. When you ask her opinion, you don't have to do all the talking. It's not just coming from your point of view. Very important. When you ask an attractive woman her opinion, it allows her to share her values, her interests, and priorities. And this can lead to a less superficial, more meaningful conversation. It also demonstrates on your part respect and attentiveness, 2 qualities that attractive women will find attractive in you. When you start the conversation with an attractive woman asking about her opinion, it allows you to build rapport and helps you make a deeper connection from the beginning. Now, my next tip on how to start that conversation with an attractive woman piggybacks on our last one. Ask her opinion. But what you want to do after that, ask open-ended questions. This encourages a more in-depth and engaging dialogue between you two. You see, when you ask open-ended questions, and what I mean by open-ended questions, questions that require more than a yes or no response. This allows the conversation to flow naturally. When you listen to her reply, ask open-ended questions, it allows her to respond in an organic way. It allows you to connect because these open-ended questions can often allow you to discover common ground and common interests. And the great thing about open-ended questions, it allows the conversation to feel less like an interrogation or an interview and more like a genuine exchange, and it allows for an enjoyable atmosphere for both of you. Now, next up is another tip that's a little related to the last couple ones. If you want to start a conversation with a woman, ask for her advice or help. To me, this is one of the best tips when starting a conversation with an attractive woman because it makes the conversation more organic. It makes sense, and it makes the conversation feel more natural and collaborative. If you need to ask for her advice, it immediately makes this attractive woman feel like you appreciate her for more than just her good looks. And when you ask for her help or advice, it allows for an at-ease, less threatening approach. And this makes it easier for her to respond in a positive manner. And when you ask for her help, it often leads to a more dynamic conversation as you two share your insights and delve into them a little further. Asking this lady for her advice makes the conversation collaborative and establishes some camaraderie. Now, next up is an easy way to start a conversation with a woman that may seem obvious, but you don't want to go for the direct approach. You want to compliment her, but compliment her genuinely. This is an excellent way to start this conversation because it sets a positive tone and it shows that you notice something unique about her. But here's the key. Don't go for the obvious, you're so beautiful, oh my God, I've never seen a woman so attractive. That's not what we're talking about. Compliment her style, her smile, some accessories she has on. A small thing that you did notice about her that is a compliment that isn't over the top and obvious. Why this will often work is that attractive women are used to being told how beautiful they are. But if you notice a unique detail, it shows you have an attention to detail and attentiveness. This makes her feel appreciated in a way that other guys who are so direct with their compliments might not get across. When you compliment her in a unique way, it demonstrates kindness, attentiveness, and awareness, all qualities this attractive woman will find attractive in you. This approach helps break the ice and makes the conversation more relaxed, enjoyable, paving the way for a positive interaction. Now, next up is an easy way to start a conversation with an attractive woman that you spent some time around but haven't gotten around to making a move. You want to notice and mention commonalities. What do I mean by this? You want to notice and mention some things you have in common that you've observed. You might like the same music, attended some of the same events, or you might even both wear a similar brand. These are great jumping off points to start a conversation because they establish a sense of connection and some shared interest. And this approach makes the interaction seem more personal and genuine, something this lady will appreciate. It shows that you're observant and you're interested in her just beyond her appearance. Discussing common interests easily leads to a deeper and more meaningful connection, leads to more engaging conversation, and easily establishes rapport. Next up is a very easy way to start that conversation with an attractive lady. Use a current event or trend. This is a great way to begin that conversation because it gives you a relevant and timely topic to discuss. Whether it's a recent news story, a popular TV show, or a recent viral social media trend, mentioning something that's going on in the outside world can immediately spark her interest. And this can help create immediate connection, especially if you stumble upon a current event that you both share an interest in. This can also open the door to discussing broader topics that you might share a similar interest in. And this can often lead to a more engaging and dynamic conversation. But here's the thing, make sure you talk about a relevant topic that's newsworthy but isn't too controversial. When you initiate a conversation with a woman you don't know, you don't want to run the risk of offending her before you even get to know her. Next up, we're going to use a conversation starter that's tried and true and never goes out of fashion. Use a light joke or some humor. This is an easy way to start a conversation that usually works because it sets a positive and lighthearted tone, making both people more relaxed. A well-timed joke or witty comment shows you have a sense of humor, but it also shows you don't take yourself too seriously. This conveys a sense of being at ease and being confident. Someone who's able to make a joke isn't tensed up or intimidated by the situation or the woman. Using humor is a great way to demonstrate confidence and charm, two qualities that will always be appealing. A light joke is always a great way to break the ice. But just like with our last tip, don't make the joke too risque or controversial. Next up is a great way to start a conversation with that good-looking woman that I have to admit a lot of guys find challenging, but I find it very effective. Be direct and honest. Why does this work? When you're direct and honest about your interest in this attractive woman, it shows that you have confidence and authenticity. You're not here to play any games. And one of the reasons why this works on an attractive woman, believe it or not, a lot of guys are often afraid to approach. And they're definitely not very direct. If you have the confidence to step up and let her know you're interested, you'll stand out from the crowd. This is a great way to cut through the small talk and show a sense of openness and transparency, which are two characteristics a lot of women will find very appealing. It shows that you're not afraid to put yourself out there and take a risk. Ladies like this. What I suggest you do, you go up, introduce yourself, ask her name, and let her know, hey, I'm interested in getting to know you. No falling over yourself or corny lines. You want a direct route to getting to know an attractive woman? Be direct and honest about your interest. Okay, so there you have it. 9 of what I believe are the best ways to start a conversation with an attractive woman. Now do me a favor, let me know in the comment section if you have some great recommendations on how the Style O.G family can initiate their conversation with a good-looking chick. And if you enjoyed this video and found it informative, I highly recommend you check out a recent video I did about 11 things men should never do with women. You can check it out right here.